Hi, I'm Paul.
I'm John.
And welcome to Skip the Rulebook. This evening we are going to be doing our first unboxing video of the recent re-release of arguably one of my favourite board games of all time, Blood Bowl. Yeah, still in cellophane, so we're going to get a lovely bit of new box smell here. So we need to tear into it first. In fact, should we have a look at what's on the outside first?
If you like.
I did notice that when...
like a very angry sort of chap. Well, he might be having fun, I suppose.
Well, don't orcs generally look angry when they're having fun?
Yeah, I suppose it goes hand in hand, really.
Yeah. I don't know. I did notice when I was looking on the website for this that a lot of the artwork seems like it's some of the stuff that was used from the actual PC game as well.
Okay.
I spotted in. I want to see whether that's the case once we're inside as well. Should we just jump in?
Yeah, if you can. Oh, wow. User-friendly cellophane.
Thumbs of steel.
It takes me longer than normally to get that stuff up.
Yeah, some of the cellophane boxes we've had recently could genuinely remove both skin and bones. So, right then. It appears all shoved down one end. That's my fault for holding it up the wrong way. Right, what we got then? So,
what have we got? Okay.
This is normally the bit where I pull out the rulebook and say we won't need this, but I think we might actually this time.
Okay, so what have we got here?
That is...
Ideas?
Yeah, that's the distance mark measures, isn't it? So
is it?
Yeah.
Which bit of that? So that is that.
This is to do with direction, isn't it?
It's
that's the scatter marker.
Oh, that's the scatter marker. Okay.
So Blood Bowl, for those of you that aren't sure, is I think it's the Games Workshop attempt to show what would happen if Warhammer Fantasy Races tried to settle their differences through sport. And obviously, being an English game, they made American football. So you chuck the ball about, and I think that's the scatter mark. I think this has got to be to do with whether it's long range or short range, because they're both different lengths. Possibly?
What? No, it looks like you pop the balls out, though, doesn't it?
I don't know. Let's see what else it is. Maybe we'll figure that out in a second.
We'll figure that out in a minute.
Okay, so we've got the two teams here.
Yeah, it's colour-coded for your convenience.
Yeah, I think we've done a video on a sort of miniatures-based game before, and that did, I suppose, really kind of require some painting. But this looks like, I mean, if you mixed up these two, you'd be struggling, really. One, because they're giant and these aren't. But right, we've got the blue guys. These are the human team. Reichland Reavers. Reavers.
They're the Reichland Reavers.
Now, these are push-fit miniatures, which means that although you do have to do some construction, they're pretty much not requiring glue, I think. You just basically clip them out, push them together. Obviously, you do have the option of painting them and things as well. These are pretty nice miniatures.
They're fairly detailed, aren't they? Yep.
What's this? You got a marker. And a random helmet. And the football balls are on there as well.
Is it a random helmet, or is there actually a head in there?
There might be oh, no, that's actually a head as well. I do apologise, okay?
There we go.
I don't know, disembodied head. You've got two sprues of those, so that makes up your team. I wonder if they've given you enough for any subs.
Well, you've got different types on there as well, haven't you? Doesn't it?
Yeah, so
it's supposed to say
is that a thrower?
There?
Does it say on the base?
It's supposed to say it, doesn't it? 4, 6... No? Okay.
That'll be in the manual, I guess. Okay, so you presumably have got throwers, you've got... Catches, I imagine the guys with the sort of Wolverine claws have got to be blitzers.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Yeah, cool.
And the guy up in the air with the ball in his hand, that would be a catcher, I assume.
One would imagine so, yeah.
Yeah. I suppose another good point of the detachable heads is so that when they die, you can just pull the head off and then it's obvious.
And then put it into the orc's hand.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go, ready-made ball. So, and here we've got the gouged eye. These are your orc team. Now, the Blood Bowl game can be played with a multitude of different fantasy races. If you're into Warhammer Fantasy Battle of old, or I suppose Age of Sigmar, slightly dirty word in this house, but if you're into Age of Sigmar, you will recognise the races that you can play for this. But the starter box set comes with just the two. It's the humans and the orcs. You can do some mixing and matching with the teams. You can, I believe, well, at least you could do in the old version. You could actually choose your roster.
Dogs of War sort of thing, is it? Or
well, it was just. I mean, it was simply the case that you could actually just add more Black Orcs, or you could add more linemen. It was all based on a point scale, wasn't it? A little bit like
right. I see what you mean.
Standard wargaming. So yeah, those are awesome looking, aren't they?
They are. Yeah, they're really chunky.
Yeah, the original
and the faces are. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Blood Bowl last disappeared. I mean, we're talking decades ago now, aren't we? So, yeah, the fact that they've made these in true orky Warhammer Fantasy sort of chunkiness is really cool. I mean, You'd be hard pushed to tell which of those were the Black Orcs. I mean, the Black Orcs used to be the only ones that wore armour and were really hefty, but these actually look really good.
That guy looks like a Black Orc.
He does, doesn't he?
He does. He's got a skull face.
Yeah, they all look like they're wearing that sort of, what do they call it? Not mega armour, that's 40k.
I don't think there's a word for it. I think it's just maybe heavy armour then.
Oh, those are beautiful models.
They are. It'd be interesting to see how easy it is to actually put these things together and see if bits drop off because the holes are too big, maybe.
Well, I mean, the Space Hulk box set, that had sort of these just push fit miniatures, and when I've been playing with that, I mean, Omar's brought it around a couple of times, and he's kept them all separate, and they do stay fairly well constructed. So, you've got your Orky stitched ball there as well.
Yeah, with spikes. So
spikes,
it's easier to hang on to.
Because they're not your enemies with.
Yeah, they're not the best at catching the ball. If it sticks into you, then it must be easier.
Well, you're not going to drop it if it's stuck through your fingers, are you?
Exactly.
Where are we? So, the older version of Blood Bowl was on much smaller bases, wasn't it? And kind of made it a bit awkward. It looks like this may have been actually designed for the larger bases. They 32mm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So again, sort of a bit of pushing together, and doesn't look like it's going to require glue. Obviously, you might want to actually glue these things together and paint them up, make them look good. But it looks like you can just, with a few clippers, play this out of the box now.
Give them that individual feel.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You appear to have dice for each team as well.
Dice, yeah.
This is a bit different, isn't it? So you've still got what look like the
attack dice.
Attack dice, yeah. So you've got essentially, you roll these dice, and it determines whether or not your players succeed in certain actions. So these are just attacking, aren't they? So you could either beat your enemy up, push them back, have a mutual sort of
death,
or there was a complete fall on your face and die.
Yeah, there's a fail.
That was always fun, wasn't it? Because you key yourself up for this brilliant play that you spent ages working out, and your first guy just slips. And
that's right. That's why I never came up with them. Just wing it and hope for the best.
And that's why he's an orc player as well. So.
There we go.
It looks. But there's a few others in here. I mean, you got a D8 there. Is that
what is that?
That's
a D20. Flip it over.
That's like a D16. Have you ever heard of a D16?
I've not heard of a D16 before.
So I wonder what that's for then.
16 different things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've got a D8 there. Presumably that's something to do with the scatter marker. That would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Okay. There's a 6 on that one for the D6.
Yeah, that looks like a scatter as well, though, doesn't it? Maybe that's to do with pushback. I'm assuming...
A random pushback, you think?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, there were a few things about the original Blood Bowl that a lot of people maybe kind of thought needed tweaking. I wonder. It looks like they've certainly changed things, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. I mean, your D8 in there as well.
Well, wasn't there a thing about a living rulebook? Yeah,
the living rulebook was essentially sort of an evolution of the very last commercially available version of Blood Bowl. It was what was used in all the tournaments and stuff. And I did watch a video on the website, and it seemed like they'd still taken a lot from that. But it does seem that there's... I mean, just in the few bits we've already seen, it looks like there could be significant differences as well. So, what is this? Giant advertisement.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, I think we can get rid of that. I'm sure the artwork's beautiful, it's fine. So, there's your rule book. This time we will need this.
That's cellophane as well.
Kick-off
table. Can you work your magic again?
That's a D12 by the looks of it. Oh, interesting. I'll have a look at that in a second, actually. I'll rip through that in a second. Ooh, sure. Special plays. This was one of the things that I remember somebody telling me was new, the special plays. Although that just looks like a...
That's a star player, I think. No,
that's a team card. Yeah, so it looks like we've got reference cards for this, so that's quite handy, yeah. I mean...
Can he get in?
Yeah, maybe not. No, it always used to be the case with a lot of Games Workshop games that they, putting together your army list and doing that was all part of the fun, I suppose. You spent ages poring over that, and the same was the case with Blood Bowl, wasn't it? So, see, I'm stalling while I'm trying. Right, I'm going in with the teeth.
Oh dear, uncouth. Yeah, that's
don't
the problem
break the cards. You get yourself a knife.
That's the problem with that sort of thing.
Okay, so what have we got here? Okay, so they're the player cards.
Yeah. So you got player cards for both sides.
Yeah, so both sides. So essentially, you've got your various different statistics.
Do they have different backs to show the different teams? Back of the card, I mean.
Oh. No, well, it just specifically says Orc team or human team.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay, so we've got... Yeah, so we've got your standard sort of tropes from the previous version. Catchers, throwers, blitzers, linemen. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the Black Orc?
Where's the Black Orc? No, that's the Black Orc blocker. Yeah, Black Orc blocker.
They are beefy, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah, okay. So... And what's these?
Right,
So
that looks
we've
like a
got-
star player. Morgan Thorpe's come back because he's an old favourite.
Yeah. Star players are kind of like mercenaries. So when you're putting together your team, you have a budget, don't you? You choose what goes in your team. Obviously, the harder the character, like a Black Orc, would cost more than an all lineman. And these were the mercenaries. So you could pay a little extra, use some of your budget to get one of these in, knowing that they're going to do something awesome. But they will take the place of some of your more powerful stuff. So Mighty Zug. Okay, so these are the random events.
Oh, is that every kickoff there's a random event?
Yeah, there used to be a random event table, so it looks like there's actually just a set of cards for these now. So,
Okay.
do you want to have a little mooch?
Okay. How do you get?
I'll put the rulebook over here for a second, actually. Miscellaneous Mayhem. How is that different from a random event?
Right, so these are
random events,
kickoffs.
not necessarily mayhem-ary.
Well, these all have timings of when you can play them.
Do they?
So yeah, these are specific. Play at the start of the game.
so is this a-
tick up? No,
Okay. Oh, so I wonder if do you then earn those and you can play them when you want?
Could be.
Interesting.
Play a kickoff, play at the start of the game, play at the start of the game, play at the start of your opponent's turn.
No, but these all say things like play at the start of any turn before. I wonder if you can buy these.
Do they have monetary?
It doesn't have it on there. No, interesting.
Okay.
So these look just like a way of sort of throwing some random misery into your game.
It seems like each of these has a dice roll. No, I think I just made
Well, there was always a dice roll, wasn't it, for the random events to see whether you actually get any at all. I mean, you get things like changing weather and the snap offensive. No, snap defense was it?
Yeah.
So you
that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, you do get a lot of American football references in this, but you don't really have to know anything about football. I mean, it was James, wasn't it? He was saying that he absolutely hates football. So when I mentioned this, he was like, "Why would I buy this?" But I mean, you don't have to be into that kind of thing to enjoy this
not at
game.
all.
No,
I've never watched a game of American football, but I know how to play this.
have you watched a game of any football, even accidentally?
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes.
Okay, now I've heard good
I've
things.
played games. I've watched games of car football.
Yes,
Yeah.
Rocket League.
Yeah.
There you go. I've heard
Shameless.
very good things about the board actually. So that's
Yeah, is it one of these that you have to fold out in a specific way?
possibly. Do you want to put that over there?
That over there.
Oh, this is pretty huge. I suppose.
Oh, it's double-sided. I remember hearing something about that.
Well,
So is that
do you wanna
like-
grab that end?
I can try.
Let's pop it down this way.
That way.
Let's just pop it down on top of stuff for now.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I suppose. Well, in fact, this is a lot bigger than the old one. I suppose that's because the bases are bigger, isn't it? So you
Yeah,
have to be. You've still got your separated out zones and your scrimmage line, your end zone. But all the extra stuff that used to be on this isn't here. So you used to have things like the dugout, and you used to have the injuries. The score is missing as well.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, should we look at the other side? Do you want to
Can
spin
do,
that
yeah.
over? So this looks like it would be the Reichland Reavers' home ground. Did you hold on?
Potentiality.
Did you notice that as well? There's
I think they might be. They are very specific
trapdoors.
in the
Yeah, aren't
grid.
they? Yeah.
Yeah.
and that was previously just in Dungeon Ball, wasn't it?
I've not played Dungeon Ball.
Yeah, so that could be some kind of random event, and this looks like it would be the home ground for the Gouged Eye.
Could
That
be the
looks-
Gouged Eye, yes.
That's awesome.
Also with trapdoors. The same number of trapdoors.
In exactly the same
In
position.
exactly
as
the
well.
same position.
Hold on. That's only just stopped. Yeah, in exactly the same position. So
Yeah, so it could be.
Okay.
It's probably an additional rule that you can use if you want.
yeah,
I'd imagine.
probably. They've definitely gone to town with the graphics on this. This is
Yeah.
gorgeous. Awesome. So let's
Fold that back up.
hold that without KOing everything. We'll
Yes.
leave that in the middle for now.
Okay.
Go on, the Gouged Eye are trying to escape. What else we got?
This is the last thing now, and this might be your score and dugout.
Okay, so the two things in here or just the one? That's
Two, I
isn't it? Oh
think.
yeah, so you'd have one per team, wouldn't you? See how quickly I got in there?
Indeed, yeah. Just thought it's all the practice.
That's you'd have to get better at some point. No, I spoke too soon.
That's a type bit.
Get rid of that.
Okay, these are also double-sided.
So we've got
So we've got an orc
orc and human.
and human.
Obviously, I did mention other races in a minute. We'll talk about that in a second. But it looks like you're very much assumed to actually play either, aren't you? Actually, the fact that both of these are double-sided means
That's
they're
a
not
good
assuming
point.
that one's going to be orcs, one's going to be humans. Because if you buy your own version, as your mate buys their own, you can both be playing orcs.
That's very true, yeah.
Or I suppose
How
trading
many?
bits with each other.
How many players were there in the team before? Was it 11?
It was 11, wasn't it?
Was it? So, okay, so you don't get enough for like 2 teams because there's 6 on each spread.
Yeah. No, it looks like you get enough for a team plus a sub.
Plus a sub, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, does that mean then that the star players will come as an extra thing? Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I don't know how popular star players were. They're very expensive compared to normal troops.
Yeah.
Normal players.
So what we got here? So we've got. That looks to me like that's okay. So that's got to be the dead. Is that injured? And that's got to be subs.
No,
isn't
that's knocked out, isn't it?
it? Okay. Yeah.
Injured and dead were the same thing, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so
and that's what the 8 to 9 and 10 to 12. If
that
you
was the roll on.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the roll.
So it looks like they've tried to make it so there's a lot less referencing the rulebook and a lot more just like look at the thing on the board and look at the thing on your card and
yeah.
Okay, so is this
So that's first half,
second half,
first half,
what's this?
second half.
Extra time?
Could be.
Maybe.
Could be.
Yeah, okay, possibly. So what's this at the top? Is this going to be the score?
Yeah, that'd have to be the score.
Yeah, we were saying earlier on one of the only downsides we found to being like a bashy team like the Orcs was that the game still came down to scoring goals, didn't it?
Yeah.
Which there were certain teams that were a lot better at it than others.
Yeah.
Whereas I suppose I don't know. I'd rather hope that maybe they'd kind of address that slightly, but we need to sort of dig through the
rulebook for that.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to
Drop that on there
for now?
Sure.
Yeah. Is there anything else left in here? What else we got?
Some transfers, it looks like.
Okay. So I did wonder whether Blood Bowl on the PC was actually going to be considered some kind of competitor to this, but there's actually a code for 50% off there as well.
The other one.
So I suppose the intention there is that you'll, I suppose, practice on Blood Bowl on the computer and then play with your mates. Either that or just a completely shameless plug for the game, to be fair, but, which is very possible. And transfers for your characters. Yeah, so you can put your player numbers on there. I'm very much looking forward to giving this a go, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a quick
mooch through
at the rulebook, just a couple of bits. Tell you what, you're going to open this one.
Oh,
look
no.
like full and I'm not. So,
this is where your rulebook ends up dog-eared.
yeah. Well, we're going to mention something else before we carry on. With the first box set release, they've you've done
it's
it. Look.
Kind of a piece of cake, actually. Oh dear. It's kind of a piece of cake, actually.
Oh yeah, there you go. So what we got at the back? Okay, so you got your reference cards, which give you some bits and pieces. If you have a quick look at that,
Right.
what we got? Association with Bugman's. Bugman's one of the kind of standing jokes in this, isn't it? It's the dwarven beer that sponsors things. But
how many X's are in it? Six X's, yeah.
But you had Coca-Cola as well, didn't you? I quite like that. I remember
what it's made of.
Yeah, I remember playing once in a league that was called the Coca-Cola Cup, which pleased me. So yeah, okay. So I mean, this is looking similar because you've got things like there you go. That is your scatter marker. That looks like your kickoff marker.
That's a throw.
Oh no,
maybe.
Is it throw? Yeah, throw. Yeah, it's a throw in. It's throw in rather than throwing. Okay, so yeah.
In this, the crowd throws the ball in.
Yeah. So in fact, those are the distance markers as well. Okay, interesting. Okay, it looks like there's a quick start, quick play version of the game as well. Awesome, basic rules. I imagine then there's got to be some. There you go. So there's an extra section as well. Fan factor. Okay, so yeah, so most of this is straight out of the living rulebook by the looks of it. I'll have to. I mean, the weather, league procedures. I will have to go through and have a proper scourge through this. And actually, rules for tournaments as well. By the look of it, the star player.
It's always fun. That's where you'd get your star players, I think.
Yeah.
Because that's where you build your money up game after game.
Blood Bowl Champions Hall of Fame. I'd love to know. Do you reckon that's probably from one of the actual tournaments they did? Yeah, the Blood Bowl, as in the Blood Bowl, was actually an event that was hosted at Warhammer World in Nottingham once a year. It was done for ages. I played in it one year. Didn't do very well, mine, but but yeah, I'm wondering whether that might be from there. It could be, possibly. The other... Oh, sorry, go on, yeah.
Yeah, these are just cheat sheets, it looks like.
Cheat sheets?
So they've got sequence of play, breaks down each step in the sequence, things that you use, like re-rolls, what you have to do to win a match, and then all the modifiers that you need to use, kick-off tables, etc.
Cool.
So,
cool.
Another way to not have to look at the rulebook.
If only there was a convenient way to do that. Right, yeah, sorry, the last thing, I will try this again now. With the release of the game, they've also brought out what's known as Death Zone Season 1. So this is basically, I suppose it's their first in a series of releases of extras, really. I suppose it's like a board game DLC, isn't it? Who hates DLC on release day? Yeah, maybe. You don't need this to play this. This is simply sort of an addendum and extras for additional teams mostly. For example, I mean there are a lot of teams that are available that they presumably will be releasing at some point in the future directly from the Warhammer world. So you had things like Elves, it's Skaven, and in fact they're in here, aren't they?
Yep.
Dwarves are in here. You've got here we go, all in teams. So Skaven, Nurgle, which is your Chaos team, Dwarves, Elven Union. And three other elf teams, including Dark Elves.
They like their elves then.
They do. The elves are getting a little too much love there, I think.
Yeah.
Skaven, though, they were always good. You'd squish them.
Yeah, really annoying there.
They're one of the teams that's very good at scoring.
You're a dwarf, aren't you?
I do like my dwarf team.
Yeah, I've seen that face on you while you've been playing dwarves from time to time.
What, on me, actually?
Yeah.
That's just the angry face of, I'm going to hold a grudge against you forever. So anyway, yeah. So that's the bits and pieces. That is the contents. You will have to keep your eyes open in the next couple of weeks, and we'll be doing a how to play video for this. I'm genuinely looking forward to just giving it a go. So, but anyway, hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, hit like. If you want to hear more from Skip the Rulebook, including and hopefully not limited to the how to play for this game, then hit subscribe, and you can find out more about us on Facebook, Twitter, and skiptherulebook.com. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.